Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I am Jason, your host. I was wrong. I was wrong about this idea of buying an electrical vehicle. You see, the thing is this, that just like in everything, there's people out there who take it as a challenge to break and destroy electric vehicles, who use them in a way that they're not intended, and then they complain when things go wrong with them. What do I mean by that? The thing is, you could get basically a Nissan Leaf that came out 10 years ago, and if it was treated well and used within the intended ranges, and the battery wasn't trashed and the battery wasn't dropped down to zero and misused, and that, you could still, 10 years later, still have 70% power left. I've noticed a trend when it comes to EV cars. There is a consensus of people bashing on them and trashing them and taking them apart. A bit like the kind of people who trash on VR and things like that. Or complain about a new headset. Oh, I took it home and it broke, but they used it in a way that made it broke. They intentionally broke it. It didn't. And so, yeah. So, how was I wrong? I said in my video that that no one should buy an EV, that you should only lease them. That's not really true anymore. After I've done a deep dive on lots of the technology and lots of the makes, and I've read up on so many case studies and that, I've come to the conclusion that if you are sensible, let me remember, from a manufacturer's point of view, these days they design advanced systems to keep you going longer. Now, you might have a 100 kilowatt battery. Let's keep it 100 kilowatt because that makes it simple. 100 kilowatt battery in your electric vehicle. But you don't get to use all that because there will be a buffer. So actual used might be 73 kilowatt. The rest might be taken up by everything else and kept as a safety buffer. Why? Because if you drop these batteries down to zero and keep doing that, you will degrade them, you will damage them, you will trash them. All these people that you see online doing these thingies where they push the vehicles to and don't charge until it hits zero, they are wrecking their electric vehicle. They are destroying their electrical vehicle. It's very like a phone. They say to charge your phone to 80% if you want to get the best long-term use. And it's the same thing. And you can set up, most manufacturers set it up so that you can set it so that it won't charge over 80%. Now, you may think, what's the point of having a battery that says it's got this amount and you can go this far if you're going to only use 80% of it? Well, what you want to do for the life, and this is what I've learned up to now with a few days of deep dive into it all, is if you look after one of these batteries, they will last a long time. And most of these batteries have like 7, 8, 9, 10-year warranty with the manufacturer. You're pretty much, I mean, that's pretty amazing. You don't get that kind of warranty on a petrol car or a diesel car. You just don't. And so this idea that the battery's going to degrade, yes, the battery will degrade, but the percentage you will lose if you look after an electric vehicle will be so minuscule. And it's all about basic common sense. Don't charge it to 100% unless you're going on a long journey. Let's say you're going, if you are going on a long trip. Same thing with a phone. When using it around the house or thingy, it's happy to use it between like 40 and 80%. You keep a phone battery between 40 and 80%, it will last a very long time. But let's say I was going out of my house and I was going on a trip somewhere. It doesn't happen, but let's just take that as the hypothetical. I would charge it to 100% for that, because I aren't going to have it just sit at 100%. I'm charging it to 100% because I'm going on a long journey and I'll use that kind of full charge. And that's what you've got to think when you've got an electric vehicle. If you're going, like, let's say I was going to Scotland from here, large journey, 200, 300 miles, I would want to, before setting off, have an electric vehicle that was charged to 100%. And the same when I was coming back, because I wouldn't be keeping it at 100%. It would just be there because I would be straight away be starting to use that because I'm going all the way to Scotland or something like that. But while sitting outside in front of my house and while being used now and then to just go places, leaving it at 80% maximum is the healthiest thing for the battery. And if you follow the manufacturer's guidelines, if you follow the instructions in the booklets that come with every EV car and the guidance online and that, you will have a battery that will last far longer than you will need that car for. So that's why, sorry. So yeah, that is what you've got to do. Take your time and if you've got an electric vehicle or you're thinking about an electric vehicle, remember, the manufacturers set up controls on it so that you don't damage the battery. And if you follow the advice of the manufacturer, then your electric vehicle, a modern electric vehicle, will last a hell of a long time. So this is Jason for the Queber channel. I hope you're all having a good day.